அந்த ஆகாயம் போதாத பறவை ஒன்று நதி கண்ணாடி பார்த்து மனம் நிறைந்தது இன்று என்னை நான் யாரென்று சொன்னாலும் புரியாதே என் காதல் நீ என்று யாருக்கும் தெரியாதே. Rahman sir has been my idol since I was like 3 or 4. The first song that I know that I heard of his was
can you sing an SPB song for us, like which is your favorite or
a couple lines of Kadal Rojave.
Sure.
Kadal Rojave enge nee enge kannir validadi kanne.
So vanakkam, welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
இப்பயுமே வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இன்டர்நெட்ல there is one craze for Sid Sriram சொல்லும்போது இந்த பாட்டு அந்த பாட்டு அவரு என்ன பார்த்து பாரு என் மென்டல் ஹெல்த்தை நான் அவர்கிட்ட கொடுத்துட்டேன் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி we can hear lots. So how do you feel this reception from us, the audience?
இது ஒரு பெரிய ஆனரா தான் பார்க்குறேன். I grew up always wanting to sing for people. You know, first I started singing for myself and it was a way for me to express, but as I've gotten older and it feels like a way to express myself but give people a way to, you know, relieve their stress or feel different emotions. So it's a big honor and I just love that I get to do this every day. It's a real blessing and I appreciate the support from the fans so much.
எந்த ஒரு பாட்டுக்கு வந்து நீங்க ஜாலியா கேட்டுட்டீங்க ஆனா நான் எவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்பட்டேன் தெரியுமா அப்படினா எந்த பாட்டு சொல்வீங்க?
என்னோட நீந்தான். சோ அந்த பாட்டுல ஃபர்ஸ்ட்லயே ஒரு சோ என்னோட நீரில்தால், that's the opening of the song. It goes that high and I remember on the recording pancha we did that in 2012 and the part 2015 la தான் ரிலீஸ் ஆச்சு but we recorded in 2012 December I think. So at the part record pancha actually I had just finished a show with Rahman sir and then after that from the show directly I went to the studio and he played the song and when he played the song his voice was the reference and Rahman sir's voice, it just touches some crazy pitch, right? And I've always been a huge fan of his singing. So I listened to it and I asked sir, can we just bring the pitch down by half a step? He's like, no, you'll do it, no problem. And I did it. But that's the one that every time, even stage La Paricha, that's the one where for me, I'll have to, okay, get ready to sing this one. You have to start it like this. So I think that one is the main one. That's the first thing that comes to mind for sure.
Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to trouble you, but can we?
Yeah, sure.
Can you sing a few lines for us?
என்னோடு நீரில்தால் உயிரோடு நான் இருப்பேன் என்னோடு நீரில்தால் உயிரோடு நான் இருப்பேன் என்னை நான் யாரென்று சொன்னாலும் புரியாதே என் காதல் நீ என்று யாருக்கும் தெரியாதே நீ கேட்ட உலகத்தை நான் வாங்கி தருவேனே நீ இல்லா உலகத்தை நான் வாழ மாட்டேனே என்னோடு நீ இருந்தால்.
Heart sing அது கீழ இருந்ததுனா நாங்க so beautiful. Thank you so much Sid. Thank you so much for singing for us. எங்களுக்கு தெரியாம நீங்க வந்து ஒரு hobby or something that you're really interested in?
I think most of my day is spent doing something with like related to music, but besides that I like to sketch. So I sketch just like these random kind of abstract things. And adume I started doing it when I was writing my own songs and the writer's block so long like so and when that came I needed something to divert my attention to stop obsessing. So the chumma I started freehand, I started sketching some stuff. That started in like 2014. Okay. So since then I just do that and now it's become like a proper hobby where I won't ever use it for like commercial purposes or nothing like that, but that's chumma when I need just to break my stress, I do that. And then I like to write poetry as well. But that's still related to music in some way.
And in the 12 years சினிமால இருக்கும்போது உங்களுக்கு நிறைய பேர் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. Your parents have been your biggest support. நிறைய நீங்களே சொல்லியிருக்கீங்க. ஸோ இந்த ஜேர்னியில் I don't know, I'm just trying to ask this. ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல வந்து நமக்கு தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஃபார் டூயிங் திஸ், ஐ திங்க் இந்த ஒரு விஷயம் நீங்கள் பண்ணலன்னா எனக்கு ரொம்ப சிரமமாக இருந்திருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சிலது யோசிச்சிருப்பீங்களே. இஸ் தேர் எனிதிங் தட் யூ கேன் ஷேர்?
I think it's kind of like a daily thing with my parents. There's, see, both of them are quite integrated into what I do. We spend a lot of time together, and they're also the ones that push me a lot. So I don't know if it's one specific thing, but it's the overall spirit of what they do. I think even before I really believed in myself and thought that I could scale the heights, they knew. So I think in that way I owe them everything, because they really see, and the self-confidence is probably the most important thing for anyone to have, artist or non-artist, you know, whatever it is. And they really instilled that in me from a young age, and when I didn't believe in myself, they pushed me. Or when I got arrogant, they brought me back down to ground, you know. So in this way, I think I really appreciate how they have, and that's one in it. Before I said that even 12 years into the industry, it still feels like I'm in the beginning. That's something they also instilled in me, that never feel comfortable or complacent, you know. So there's always more to do. Yeah. So I think that for that, I'm so grateful for them, for sure.
Beautiful. Yeah. And we have a game for you. உங்களோட பாட்டு தான். உங்களுடைய பாட்டு ஃபுல்லாக ஒரு லிஸ்ட் வச்சுருக்கேன். நடுவில் இருந்த அந்த லிரிக்கில் நான் ஒரு 2 லைன் பாடலை, ஏன்னா எனக்கு வராது, வரவே வராது. I think I can't sing for life. I'm a very bad singer. அதுவும் உங்க எதிர்க்கெல்லாம் நான் அதை முயற்சியே பண்ண மாட்டேன். அதுல இருந்து ஒரு 2 லைன் நான் படிக்கிறேன். அது என்ன பாட்டுன்னு நீங்க எங்களுக்கு கரெக்டா பாடிருங்க.
சரி, ரைட்.
ஓகே. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன். யாரோ அவளோ என்னை தீண்டும் காற்றின் விரலோ, யாரோ அவளோ தாலாட்டும் தாயின் குரலோ.
Say that first. யாரோ அவளோ தாலாட்டும் தாயின் குரலோ, உன்னை நினைச்சு போனேன்.
எஸ். அடுத்தது வந்து, அந்த ஆகாயம் போதாத பறவை ஒன்று, நதி கண்ணாடி பார்த்து மனம் நிறைந்தது இன்று.
அந்த ஆகாயம் போதாத பறவை ஒன்று, நதி கண்ணாடி பார்த்து மனம் நிறைந்தது இன்று. கடலால் தீராத எறும்பிந்தாகங்கள், இலையின் மேலாடும் பனி துளி தீர்க்கும்.
அலைக்கடலின் நடுவே அலைந்திடவா தனியே, படையெனவே உனையே பார்த்தேன் கண்ணே.
கண்ணான கண்ணே கண்ணான கண்ணே என் மீது சாயவா.
சூப்பர். நெக்ஸ்ட் வந்து, போகாதே அழகே இனி தாங்காதே உயிரே, என்னை தோண்டாதே திமிரே பகல் வேஷம் போடாதே.
நிரா நிரா நீ என் நிரா.
ஆஹா, டக்கு டக்குன்னு போயிட்டே இருக்க. நூலருந்த பட்டம் போல உன்னை சுற்றி நானும் ஆட, கைகள் நீட்டி நீயும் பிடிக்க காத்திருக்கிறேன்.
கதை போமா கதை போமா கதை போமா, நீ பேச பேச காயமாறுமே.
சூப்பர். அடுத்து வந்து, என் வாழ்க்கை வரமாக அட நீயும் பிறந்தாயே, என் உயிரே உறவாக என் நெஞ்சில் கரைஞ்சாயே.
தெரியல எனக்கு. Is there more lyrics or அவ்வளவுதானா?
அவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கு. நான் உங்களுக்கு, என் வாழ்க்கை வரமாக அட நீயும் பிறந்தாயே, என் உயிரே உறவாக நெஞ்சில் கரைஞ்சாயே. இது வந்து நான் ஒரு க்ளூ கொடுக்கவா?
Is it அம்மா song?
இது ஒரு சிப்ளிங் லவ்.
I think you stumped me. I can't remember this one.
உன் கூடவே
போ. I cheated. You gave me the answer. Super song. உன் கூடவே பொறக்கணும் உனக்காக நான் எப்போதுமே.
Okay, this one, this my favorite lines also. பட்டா கத்தி தூக்கி இப்போ மிட்டாய் நறுக்குற, விட்டா நெஞ்ச வாரி உன் பட்டாக்கு இருக்கிற.
Really good lyrics. This Vivek, super lyrics. Also the Nee Singam Dhan also him. Really nice. This is a hey என் தலை கேறுற பொந்தடம் போடுற என் உயிராடுற என்னடி மாயாவினி.
பியூட்டிஃபுல். இன்னும் 2 பாட்டு வச்சிருக்கேன், 2மே ஈஸி தான். நேற்றோடு என் வேகங்கள் சிறு தீயாக மாறி தூங்க கண்டேன், காற்றோடு என் கோபங்கள் ஒரு தூசாக மாறி போக கண்டேன்.
One more time.
நேற்றோடு என் வேகங்கள் சிறு தீயாக மாறி தூங்க கண்டேன், காற்றோடு என் கோபங்கள் ஒரு தூசாக மாறி போக கண்டேன்.
எங்கேயோ
நான் வந்து அதை உடைச்சு படிக்கிறேன் உங்களுக்கு.
நேற்றோடு பண்ணுங்க. Almost you did.
I was like, oh, let me give him a clue. And then I was like, that's going to be a bad clue.
நான் judge பண்ணவே மாட்டேன். நீங்க சொல்லுங்க பரவாயில்லை. It's there, but it's not there. இப்படி சொன்னீங்கன்னா எனக்கு தெரியும்.
இல்ல. So this is வேற clue கொடுக்க தனுஷ் song.
Oh, this is Visiri. Okay. எதுவரை போகலாம் என்று நீ சொல்ல வேண்டும் என்றுதான் விடாமல் கேட்கிறேன். Oh, you know why? So when we do this song live, in the charanam we normally miss it. We do just the first one and then go back. So that's
okay. So this நேற்றோடு என் வேகங்கள் அது நீங்க
இந்த பாட்டு தானே?
இந்த பாட்டு தான் கரெக்ட் தாங்க. இல்ல நான் இந்த வெர்சஸ் வந்து எங்களுக்கு
I think we normally skip this part of the song.
Okay பரவாயில்லை. நாங்க எங்க இருந்தெல்லாம் எப்படிலாம் எடுத்திருக்கோம் பாருங்க. And the last one. கண்ணெல்லாம் நீயேதான் நிற்கின்றாய் விழியின் மேல் நான் கோபம் கொண்டேன் இமை மூடு என்றேன்.
Also this is actually in the part தான் first நான் தாமரை மேமோட I worked and we spent 9 hours on that song, full day basically. Because எனக்கு அப்போ this song came out in 2016. So அந்த டைம்ல I sung அடியே என்னோட நீந்தால் என்னை மாற்றும் காதலே. But this is the song that really I think catapulted my career and just it blasted off. So working with her is always really fun. She's very particular about every word, so it's nice. So ஏனோ வானிலை மாறுதே மணி துளி போகுதே மார்பின் வேகம் கூடுதே மனமோ ஏதோ சொல்ல வார்த்தை தேடுதே தள்ளி போகாதே.
I remember, I think I was in college that time. இது வந்து நான் லூப்ல வந்து ஒரு 1 week லூப்ல ஒரே பாட்டை கேட்டிருந்தேன். அந்த இந்த பாட்டு தான். Thank you so much for giving us. நீங்க 9 hours work பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. But now you say that, it's like, oh my god, I've been listening to it so many times and so much work you've done for it.
I remember also that song they first released the teaser.
Amma.
And only after some time they released the full, but even just the teaser was it was a really beautiful time.
Thank you so much for playing this game. Yes. I have another game for you. So this is going to be very simple. I think you will have fun with this. So I have small chits.
Okay,
the chit, pick one. Yeah, pick one. Adula irukavangala patti or memory or what do you think about them? What do you feel about them?
Cool. First one, let's see. எனக்கு தமிழ் படிக்க
நான் படிக்கிறேன். It says Janaki Amma.
So I met Janaki Amma when I went to Hyderabad for one function, and I've always been a big fan of her voice. But when I met her and I got to speak with her, she was quite older, but it was such a warm, sweet person. And when I met her, I was still like, even now I'm young, but I was even younger then. And it was really good for me because once your career takes off, some people, their head gets big, you become arrogant or whatever, but to see someone who has achieved so much and that level of humility and sweetness was so inspiring for me to stay humble through my whole career. So, for sure, hats off and so much love and respect for Janaki Amma.
Beautiful. Santosh Narayanan.
He's one of my favorite music directors to work with. He's just always bubbling with energy and very unique musician, but also person as a human being. And every time I've recorded with him, I'll go to the studio and we'll hang out for a bit, like at least like 1 or 2 hours before we even start listening to the song and recording. Nalla jaliya irukum avaroda. And my favorite memory with him is definitely Ennadi Mayavini. Because on the part ketta odane I knew it was something really special. Adum avaroda voice la irundhudu the scratch, and I love the way he sings. But another really nice thing about recording with him is he'll be full of praise. So as you're recording, if he likes something, he'll like very passionately let you know that he's happy about what you've done. And that whole recording was so nice. And then after that, he dropped me home, and we listened to the song on the drive home. He had some really cool car, and we were going back. He dropped me. It was a very special day.
Beautiful. Yes. A.R.Rahman.
I mean, I owe him my whole career. But even before I met him, Rahman sir has been my idol since I was like 3 or 4. The first song that I know that I heard of his was Chinna Chinna Aase, as is true for most people, I'm sure. But at the Kapron, then songs like Kadal Rojave, or just through the years, he's just been like the soundtrack to my life. And I think the memory of him is the first time I got to meet him was 2010. நான் இப்போ காலேஜ் இருந்தேன் and every year we'd come for December, the மார்கழி மாதத்துக்கு for kacheris. So அப்போ வரைச்சு I got a message from his assistant that sir wants to meet you, please come. I didn't know what was going on. I went straight to the studio. I was sitting waiting, and then he came, and just like seeing him in person I still remember, it's like completely like blazed into my head. Seeing him for the first time, I got his blessings, and just like the most surreal, certain moments of your life really make you believe that the universe works in a certain way and things align. That was, to this day, like I'll never forget that for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. ilaiyaraja.
So Raja sir's music I discovered a little bit later. Since I'm a 90s kid, I grew up with Rahman sir's music, but once I got to college, I think right before college, Vitla, my parents were watching Nayagan. So I also watched it with them, and the first thing I realized or noticed was Tenpandi Seemaile, how it comes in the avaroda voice level. It just gave me like crazy goosebumps. And then fast forward, I got the call to record Unna Nenechu with him, which was beautiful. But then there was one more recording I went, Neenga Mudiyuma, and the part. So he came and he was giving me direction on how to sing a certain line on the partla. He's saying, think about how if you're playing a trumpet, like how that would sound, but sing in that way. And he showed me, and it was such a new way of thinking for me. Now, I had never thought like that, and I think it really speaks to his genius. After that, I asked, can I get your blessing? He said, you're already blessed, but I got his blessing still. And it was a really, really sweet moment, and to live in this lifetime where someone like him exists, for me to have gotten to work with him, got to work with A.R. sir, is just the biggest blessing for sure.
நீங்க பாடும்போது நீங்க சொன்னீங்க அவர் உங்களுக்கு டீச் பண்ணாருன்னு, பட் like your inner voice and you will be contemplating the song and everything. How do you feel about it after it came off and நீங்க முன்னாடி பண்றதுக்கும்?
I think I look at that song as like a very underrated song, right? Because on the album, the Unna Nenechu is the one that was the big hit. But that one is especially like ta la 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 ta la 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 la. Like those lines and everything are just so unique, and like you said, it makes you feel something like the combination of the way the melody moves and everything is like it taps into something that you didn't even know was there, kind of thing. And see, when I record songs, I don't think about them at all. I try to completely empty myself and just become an instrument so that the music director can use me how they need to use me. So in that way, my recording sessions for me feel like a blur. I don't really remember specific moments a lot of the time. But then listening back to it, I was like, oh wow, this is really something that's just super unique, and I think you put it best. It inspires emotions that you didn't even know about, and it brings up something that's really special.
It's beautiful song, one of our favorites. SPB.
It's emotional even just to see. So actually, I haven't spoken about this a lot, but enoda tata ammaoda appa, he's no more. He passed away in 2011, but he was a Carnatic musician and also a very deeply respected arranger and composer in film side as well. Okay. And SPB sir and him had worked a lot together, and he had a lot of love and respect for my grandfather. So this must have been around 2016 actually, when the Talli Pogade came, and Rahman sir was doing few shows, Chennai, Madurai and Coimbatore. I think it was Nenjair shows around that time, if I recall correctly. Adhika and the Coimbatore show, SPB sir also came. And after the show was finished, we were all at the airport flying back to Chennai. And the one gentleman by the name of Srinivasa Murthy sir, who conducts the Sunshine Orchestra and works closely with Rahman sir. He was sitting next to SPB sir, and I went to introduce myself, and Murthy sir introduced me to him. And I சொன்னேன் Rajagopal sir oda பேரு, and then he immediately lit up with so much love. And again, like I said about Janaki Amma, SPB sir, obviously everyone knows, there will never be another legend like that, and even talking about it just makes me emotional, because you listen to his songs, and few vocalists can do that, where I say this, like, they molecularly change the way you exist. So many songs, but then getting to speak with him, you got to really see that one of the most loving, humble, and giving human beings, and that's the most beautiful thing about music. You see, the greatest musicians are also the people who have really given their lives to music, are just such good humans as well, and you couldn't find a better human being than him. He's the example that you can never perfect an art form. Every single day you have to wake up and you have to keep practicing and getting better, and that's what I learned from him for sure.
Yeah, and how lucky are we to have lived in the time that he was there?
100%.
Can you sing an SPB song for us? Like, which is your favorite? Or
Nah, I'll just get the lyrics and
I'll
sing
get
just
it.
a couple lines of Kadal Rojave.
Sure.
Kadal Rojave, yenge ni yenge, kannir validadi kanne. கண்ணுக்குள் நீதான், கண்ணீரில் நீதான், கண்மூடி பார்த்தால் நெஞ்சுக்குள் நீதான், என்னானதோ ஏதானதோ சொல் சொல். Thank you. I feel weird even singing his songs. I feel like his songs are like, you can't touch them. He's just like set the standard.
Yes, he did, and thank you so much. நீங்க பாடுனதுமே ரொம்ப இனிமையா இருந்தது கேட்க. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming to our studios, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. This was
It's
very
nice
fun.
meeting you.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.